All right. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hello, my friend.
Hello, hello.
Whenever I say hello, my friend, I think of hello, my friend. We meet
We
again.
meet again. Classic, bro.
That was like a style of music back then. You really don't get music like that. Probably for the better, but you know.
Hey, listen, that's Creed, right?
Yeah, I think that was Creed. Yeah, that
I
was
love.
Creed.
I think they're having like a resurgence right now.
Oh yeah.
I think so. By the way, it might be something on my end, but like I have our stream pulled up and it's like there's nothing on it for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like it still says waiting.
Okay, it says we're live. So let's see here. Did I do something wrong? Good sir.
Might be weird. Might be something weird on my end.
Let's see. Oh, you're right. Well, no. It's the link shows it as waiting, but then it says that we're streaming right now. Good sir. Curious. Very curious.
Okay, you know what? I think maybe that link is the wrong link.
I think you're right, yeah.
I went to
the YouTubes gave me the wrong link, I think. Which is funny because I have that link open on another tab and I shared from that link. So very interesting. All right, let me fix this.
Maybe or I'll do it because if you tab out, it'll mess up. I'm gonna toss the new link in the Discord.
Sorry, I actually way ahead of you.
Oh, you already did it? Okay.
Way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. You're a slow bro. Okay. All right, let's see here. That's weird. I wonder why I did that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I haven't done anything.
We got it figured out though.
Yeah. Well, you know, on brand for us. A little technical issues. You know?
Like Jeffrey just said, one of the reasons I look forward is for the first 5 awkward minutes.
Yeah. Typically, like, if I ever show my wife one of these streams, she's like, why are y'all so weird at the start? I'm like, that's the sauce, baby.
Yeah, you know, just how we roll.
Yeah. I put us on the starting soon screen because so I could navigate my Discord without any shenanigans. So it's too bad I don't have like a really nice button to press.
Bro, I wish you would just set that up.
I mean, it's plugged in.
Your life would be so much easier.
Yeah, I don't know. At this point, I got to see how long I can go without using it.
No, really, at this point, it's going to require me coming over and like setting it up for you, probably. I
like walking to my office one morning and it's just like set up. I'm like, was anybody here last night? So, anywho, I hope everyone's doing well today. My friend Will, how are you today?
Good, man. Getting ready to go out of town this weekend, so just trying to get things done, but I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing okay. You know, same old.
Little Friday vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel you.
Might rain again. You know, we got a little drizzly.
We've been getting a lot of rain.
We have
recently.
Yeah.
Which I'm here for it. Is it supposed to rain today? I didn't even know.
It looks like it might. I don't know. But I am officially 7 days out from my Star Wars one shot.
All right. Mm-hmm. Right. Have you figured out what you're doing?
Nope.
Nice.
Haven't done anything. I finally sent a message to the person who's like organizing it, and I was like, I need to know like who's gonna be there, like when is it, like how long are we playing? Because it was kind of like, hey, will you do a one shot? And I was like, yeah, and then I didn't really get any info after that. So, but we got all that worked out now, so I'll start prepping it, planning it, and you know.
Are you gonna do 5e or?
I think so. Yeah. I reached out to one of the players, and they're like, "Oh, are we doing the Star Wars TTRPG?" And they were like really excited, and I was like, "No, I don't even know what that is." So we're doing 5e reskinned because it's what I understand. So,
yeah, it won't make a difference to them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Anyway, you know. So
anyhow,
I think that's a good call.
But
also, I believe Jake. I think you begin in a tavern is Jake. I might be. Okay. You see what he just said? He set up his stream deck and it changed his life. So
I didn't respond to it.
Maybe you should listen to us.
I didn't respond to it intentionally. He's lucky I don't know how to delete comments. Just harsh censorship in this channel. So speaking of Jake, we got a little self promo. We got a little post in the self promo channel for Elitus's You Begin in a Tavern series, episode 20 tonight. You know, I've tuned in before. It's a fun little makes it sound condescending. That's just how I talk. It's a fun show though. So you guys can check that out in the self promotion channel. It's in there. He mentioned a content warning for tomfoolery. And I went, you know, when you like type out a post that you think's really funny, and then about towards the end, you're like, this isn't funny. But I had like an ambulance emoji, and I wrote like, wee woo, shenanigans alert. And then I was like, this is going to be so niche to like the tomfoolery comment that I was like, yeah, I should probably like.
You should have done it.
I should probably focus on making money for my family and providing. So.
Oh no, man! That ambulance comment. I think the world needed to see it.
There's a lot of things the world needs to see, apparently, from me.
That's right. You know what I think of when I think of ambulance?
The physics teacher in college.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird how you and I are like so on the same wavelength for like the slightest comment? We both think the exact same thing.
I knew you were gonna know too.
You know, we both have the same sense of humor. We both have the same crippling depression. You know, the loss of. It's too funny. Well. Getting people into the chat today. Hello, everyone. If you haven't tuned in before, this is our low-key, unstructured. It's coffee talk. Let's talk about it, what we're doing, what we're up to, what we're thinking about. Have you watched Worlds Beyond yet, or listened to?
So I'm probably gonna listen to it on my drive today. Or
yeah, cool.
If not today, on my drive back Sunday.
Yeah,
no, not yet.
There's some good stuff in it. Somebody in our Discord watch party last night said they started watching it and they couldn't get into it. And not to call you out, but I'd say
who was it?
Give it a few more episodes. Give it a few more, because it definitely like picks up probably around like episode 4 or 5. It starts to get really good, and definitely by episode 10, it'll have its hooks in you. So
I think episode 1 is good. So I'm not, and I know you do too. But I think, especially if you're coming from Critical Role, you need to give it a little bit because it's so different.
It's very different. That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
And not in a bad way. It's
no.
just different. It's a different format. It's D&D, but it's a lot different.
It's built
more like
different.
an audiobook.
Built different.
Yeah.
It's got that dog in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that reason, I would say give it a few episodes to get used to the style.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then we had Critical Role last night. I watched the first half. I always get nervous when I get a text from you after Critical Role ends, man. So I'm like, I need to watch it. So
it was a crazy episode. And including the first half. Like, I loved the shopping episode. And I won't spoil it, of course, for you, but fantastic second half as well. So you should check that out.
Okay. All right.
One of my favorite episodes of the campaign.
Whoa.
Yep, I went there.
Wow.
You're going to like it.
Because of the campaign 2 references?
A little bit of that.
A little bit. Okay.
A little bit of that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Okay.
A little bit of shopping, a little bit of RP.
Yeah. I loved how, I won't spoil anything either, but when they were watching the show, and I guess there was a character who's similar to like campaign 2, and then everyone was like, no, and then Matt was like, not everything has to be, doesn't all have to be connected. It can just be a thing.
I was proud of Matt in that moment, but yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So anywho, and then I've been playing, we've got a lot of, I know you're not as active in Blizzard games, but we're in a little bit of a Blizzard renaissance as of late. Got a lot of Blizzard content. Yeah. We got Diablo 4 just dropped a new season that has its loot overhaul. Now, besides the fact that should this have been in the game from day one? Absolutely. But a year later, we got a big loot overhaul.
Classic.
Apparently that's pretty fun. Cataclysm Classic is dropping on Monday. We have Season of Discovery, which is, fun in its own right. But then Pandaria Remix just dropped yesterday, and that's been extremely fun too. So, which for people listening, I was going to say,
sorry, go ahead.
For people listening who don't know what Pandaria Remix is, basically it is retail WoW, but you can only do Pandaria, the Mists of Pandaria content. And it's like turbo mode is the best way to think of it. Like extremely fast leveling, broken items, all these things. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, you texted a little bit about it. It looks really cool, especially the way you can like remix your class a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro, have you tried the new Diablo 4 yet?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty strapped. I had my final Wrath of the Lich King raid last night. And so
and Kata comes out Monday?
Comes out Monday.
Thanks. So y'all went till the very end.
Went to the last week. That's right.
Was there was somebody trying to get something or just
Yeah, we were getting
or was
somebody,
this a GDKP?
This is GDKP, but we were also getting someone there Shadowmourn as well. So, and that was a train wreck in its own right. So
did they get it? They finished it this last week?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy timing.
Yeah. So
bro, are you gonna try Diablo or not really?
Yeah, I will. I just haven't had time. And it's interesting because I have like these games that like are like fun kind of casual games to play, like WoW. But then there's other games that I have to put like really intentional time to that I know are epic games. Elden Ring's a perfect example of it. Like I have to like mentally know I have nothing on my calendar for like the next 2 or 3 weeks and like prep myself to devote myself to a game like that.
So that's never gonna happen.
It can happen, you know. Like we started Final Fantasy, the second part, about a month ago. So
you finish it?
Not yet. We're probably about 2/3 through.
Okay.
So, but Elitist mentioned I've got Ghosts of Tsushima downloading. It'll take me all week on my internet. That's another great example of a game I want to set some time aside for and really dig into.
Yeah, finally on PC. I want to try it out as well.
Yeah. Nerdy W said, have you been able to check out the CR cooldowns? I've only seen a couple that have been streamed in the Discord. How about you, Will?
I too have only seen 2 thanks to post Discord watch parties, but I signed up for Beacon last night. So
wow, last night pushed you over, huh? That good of an episode.
Well, here's why, and I was always gonna sign up. So that was gonna happen. But what pushed me over the edge is because you had to sign up by last night to get priority on those ticket sales. And there's no way I'm actually going, but I'm telling myself if I can like look and depending on how much it is. So just to give myself the chance, I went ahead and did it.
Yeah, the LA show.
There's like a 1% chance I can make it happen.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, and you gotta save up double, you know?
What do you mean? For me and you?
Yeah, from you're taking me, right? Like
I didn't know if that's what you meant or if you meant Ashley, so I was just making sure.
No, we don't.
But yes.
Yeah, Ashley's his significant other, and I definitely do not mean her. I mean me. So
right, okay.
Isn't it wild that there's like people out there who like that's how they think and operate? Yeah. They're like, aren't you gonna? It's like you see the pictures online of like the person selling something on the Facebook Marketplace, and they're like, "Can you bring it to me? And can you also give me $20?" Like, wait, what? That's not how this works. It's
ridiculous, man.
So, Larissa said, "So proud of Blake for not clicking on spoiler tags. I think I have clicked on every one that I've seen, except for the Worlds Beyond one recently, because I want to protect the back half of that episode."
No, I'm proud of you for not doing that one.
And then also, I guess I closed my Discord last night in the CR live chat channel. So whenever you reopen Discord, it goes back to the channel you were in. So I opened it and I was at the end of the discussion and I did a little tiny little scroll. And then I was like, no, I'm joking. So
I'm joking.
So, Hades enjoyers, we do this every time. Euroclidonis, Hades enjoyers, any of y'all watch Blood of Zeus on Netflix? Is that a Hades show or is that just a similar like animated? I haven't heard of this.
It's not like based on the Hades IP, but it's like about the gods.
Okay, cool. Is it animated?
Greek gods.
Yeah, they're Greek.
Yeah. Yes, it is animated. Matt Mercer voices a character in it, I think.
Oh, cool. Nice.
I have not seen it though.
Yeah. Okay. Have you played Hades 2?
I haven't. I might try it this weekend. I don't know how much time I'll have since I'm going to Little Rock.
You can play it on your
I'm
Steam.
bringing the Steam Deck, so
say,
I might bust it out.
Yeah, your Steam Deck.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, but I'm excited. Yeah, I will play it. I just haven't had time to dive into it yet.
Yeah. Do you still play as the same guy, or is it someone else?
I think it's a girl, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
The story yet, but yeah,
I don't think you're Silk Song. You don't play as the main bug. You play as the Silk, I guess. Silk Song. I can't think of her name. Which that's another game. I'm like, where's that game at? Because that was announced forever ago.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll be this year.
Yeah. So
I never finished Hollow Knight. I need to.
Hollow Knight, I almost 110%ed it, 140%. There's like a, it's one of those games where like you can complete everything, but then they have like the true completion percentage, which is like, beyond that. But anyway, so, Euroclid Dunus, my username is based on the storm from the Bible. I know nothing about what that is or what that storm is, but it sounds like it would have to be epic. Yeah. Nerdy W said Marketplace is a wild realm. I missed someone else. Elitist Jake said you begin in a I grinded out Shadowmourne and Original Wrath. That was an ordeal. And finally, Larissa said Hollow Knight was my beloved. Amazing game. So lots of good comments today.
Yeah, I've only heard great things about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I played a chunk of it, so I liked it. The thing is, I think I lost my save file.
Ooh.
I don't remember how I was playing it. But however I was playing it, I lost it.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Remember when Nate lost his Final Fantasy save file?
Yeah. Yeah. I lost mine too somehow, I think.
You guys gave me such a hard time about that deal.
Pretty nice deal.
I want justice for me. So anyway, should we give them some lore about that deal?
Sure.
Some Blake and Will lore?
Yeah.
So
why not?
Back in high school, we had a buddy named Nate. He's still around. I don't know why I said we had. he's still present in our lives. So we were playing Final Fantasy X, and RPGs back then you still do today, but dozens of hours. So Nate lost his save file and he asked to have mine, which was like at a very specific spot or something. And there's no explanation for this deal other than I guess I was a huge douchebag. Because for some reason I didn't want to just give him the save file. I think maybe like I had to give him my memory card or something. I don't remember what it was. Yeah. But I couldn't just it wasn't something I could just send it to him. Like he had to take the save file or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was what, 20 plus years ago?
Yeah. And it was on the PlayStation 2 as well.
Yeah, such things didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's how this deal came about. Was I was like, well, man, I'm going to lose my memory card or something. I don't know what it was. So Nate was like, Nate goes, hey, how about at lunch at school every day, I'll throw away your trash every day in exchange for a year in exchange for the memory card. And I was like, sweet. Yeah. Which he didn't become a garbage man. Like you're sitting at a table, you're both done. And he goes, hey, I'll get that for you. It's very minute, very small. Well, around day 4, I feel like Will and his buddy Brian were like, you're such a douchebag. I can't believe you're doing that to him. Like as if I was beating Nate every day when I was just like, thanks, man. So I somehow became the villain in this story, but I think after
day
a while,
4 might be extreme. Maybe day 235.
We didn't make it that far. All right, I'll split the difference somewhere maybe in the hundreds. It was like, okay, this is probably, there was probably a point where Nate went from optimistic, kind soul of yeah, man, I got it to me being like, where you going, Nate? How about this trash right here?
You forget something?
Yeah. I became Larissa said, you became his warlock patron. Dop, it's too funny. Dop said, are you guys Friends since high school. Yes, since before high school. We have been friends since 5th grade, 6th grade.
Yeah.
Somewhere
I mean,
there.
we knew like we've been going to the same school since 2nd grade. But like really became friends, I would say, like in 5th grade.
Well, you know, we're thinking of the same thing.
This
They're not.
this Inkscop's class.
Yeah, they're not ready for that.
What was her first name? Do you remember?
I don't know. Yeah.
Remember she got married,
Yeah.
so she changed her name.
Yeah, it's such a weird feeling as a student because like your teacher, you only see them at school. So when you have like a sliver of understanding that they have a life outside of school, you're just like, it's like when you see your teacher at the grocery store and you're just like, why are you here?
Yeah, you know? This isn't right.
Yeah. Anyway. So, well, we're getting towards the end of our stream. If you guys have any questions, comments, things you want us to talk about, maybe that's a dangerous question. What do y'all want us to talk about today? That reminds me, one time I was on a podcast for my business, and we got like 5 minutes in, and then the host goes, "So what do you want to talk about?" And I was like, "I don't know. You asked me to come on the show." So it's pretty much what we're doing now. But
nice.
Anyway,
did that recover?
No, it was not. No. No, it was not good.
Nice.
To this day, probably the worst I've ever. I haven't been on that many podcasts, but definitely the worst one I've been on.
Yikes!
So.
Is this online?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we watch this meltdown?
Yes, probably. I was also. Sorry, go ahead.
New stretch goal.
Yeah, we keep developing these stretch goals out of our personal miseries. Like the 8 people in our Discord are going to get it and like it, and then everyone else is just like, "What?
What's going on?"
There's gonna be a Reddit thread about the Pixelist that's like, what's about those 2 weirdos?
The deep lore. It's a breakdown.
It's too funny. Let's check. I'll check the live stream channel. I don't think there's anything new in there. I got to do it on mobile.
Larissa said, "Would you rather eat hot chip or be sad?" Now, when you say hot chip, do you just mean like, spicy chips, or do you mean like that one chip challenge?
It's got to mean the one chip challenge, right? That's right. You have, haven't you?
Not fun.
You did it on stream, right?
Yeah.
It was were you doing like a 24-hour stream or?
Yeah, I was doing like a subathon back on Twitch.
I remember that. Yeah.
It ended up being more than 24 hours, but that wasn't like the initial goal necessarily.
Yeah, I remember you doing that, and I had no money, but I was like, gift sub, just to like, it's like, we have to keep going.
It's not fair.
And you're like, I have to sleep. Please.
Bro, I did it twice, I think. And the first time, like, and probably both times, honestly, like, wasn't like actively hallucinating or anything. Like, it wasn't that extreme, but like your brain just starts doing weird stuff when you're up for like 30+ hours.
I feel like it's always interesting when someone says, "No, I wasn't actually hallucinating, but."
Well, it's not like I was seeing things or anything, but
you just
people,
never,
you
just never know.
Things aren't firing the same.
Oh yeah, I believe that, man. And it's tough too, especially when you have kids, because like you get so much. Not to sound like the stereotypical like, well, once you have kids, but having kids, you get so much less sleep. So then you like get in meetings with people where like you can't like process things as quickly as maybe when you were younger. Yeah. And so like you'll just get like lost in a sentence, and then people are like, "Are you good?" And it's like, I got 4 hours of sleep and I don't know at all where I am. So
I can only imagine, man.
We should do. I just saw Larissa's comment, the extreme chip throwdown. We should do a hot chip challenge, the one chip challenge, where it's like, you each take a shot till someone can't anymore, but you do that.
Keep doing them.
Just keep doing them, man.
I don't know, man. I did one and it was not fun.
How many one chips can we eat? And whoever bails out first has to do, whatever the Discord says, a punishment. Do you ever see that show, Impractical Jokesters?
I've seen like clips, I think. Yeah.
So basically, they have to do some kind of prank or whatever. But if someone like breaks or doesn't do it the right way, then at the very end of the show, that person has to be punished with like a very awkward situation.
Oh, I didn't know that aspect of it.
Yeah. So you have like the challenge, and then the person who gets punished. The awkward situation would be something like a couple that I've seen was because it's 4 guys. One of them had to go to like a I'm gonna butcher it, but for the sake of the example, I'm gonna oversimplify it. But it was basically like a presentation from a professor who was like a doctorate of like women's studies. And the guy who was getting punished had to keep like raising his hand to be like, actually, that's not right. Like that's cause they would say something about like the progression of women's like rights, for example. They'd be like, well, no, that's not actually true. Like mansplain him or whatever. And it's so awkward and cringy. And the person also who's getting punished has an earpiece in. And so the other 3 people are telling them like, hey, now say this. And there's definitely moments where they're like, I'm not doing that, dude. Like, I'm not saying that. But then there's another one too where there's another one too where the person getting punished is at like a dessert baking, like a cake competition. And this person's going around like eating pieces of people's cake. Just like total like, oh no. But those are the only 2 that I've seen. But something like that for you when you lose.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. It'd have to be something bad to warrant eating chips instead, like multiple.
It's like extremely
want to avoid it.
It's like extremely offensive. We're like, we shouldn't be doing this.
Why are we streaming this?
Why are our names everywhere in this video? This doesn't make any sense. So, anywho, yeah, the 1 mini chip challenge.
Oof.
The mini 1 chip challenge.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Bailing out before we even start. Just like
I'd be down to do like the hot ones challenge. That seems more palatable.
Just like my D&D sessions, bro. Just like my campaigns. We could do a hot ones challenge. That's a fun. Have you seen that format being picked up by like other people's content channels, like where they kind of do their own spin on it?
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun. It's cool how that's become its own thing now as like a format.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they changed the game, really. Yeah, it's crazy how much that show blew up.
Yeah. Larissa said, "Get the hot ones to do it for every nat 1." That's too funny. Fun. I'd have to do something as a reward for like a nat 20 though too, which y'all got a lot of them in that one shot.
But, yeah, we did.
Anyway. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I've kind of run out of like random stupid stuff to talk about. So,
yeah, I guess me too.
All right.
Well, you already checked the channel, you said?
Oh, no. I saw you mentioned
I don't know if anything was in there,
but let me double check it real quick.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there right now that we haven't already
covered. Cool. Alita said, a nat 1 you eat the hot chip, the 1 chip, but a nat 20 you eat 2 of them.
Oh God.
All right, well that's going to do it today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We'll have our Critical Role discussion sometime next week, along with Worlds Beyond Number. We'll have our stream next Friday, and we will catch you all very soon. Safe travels, Will.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
See ya.